It's 2:43 a.m. and I should be tired. I'm not though. I've been working all day. I've had 2 decaf coffees and I'm up. Very in the zone. I had to force myself to stop working because I don't want to make any mistakes. I've been adding new products to the store and it's a lot of work. I was watching Chloe being Chloe Barksdale, and she was talking about partners that she had been with in the past. And she divulged that she had been with 2 men who had been HIV positive. And in that moment, it made me think about all the people that I had been with and how grateful I am that I don't have an STD or that I don't have HIV. When I was younger, I had a lot of unprotected sex. And there's just no way I haven't come across something. In that moment, I felt so grateful to be here. I've been kidnapped. I've been abused. There's been a lot of things that's happened to me. I've had attempts on my life before. I've been poisoned. It's crazy. I've literally been hunted by other human beings. People that I loved. That is crazy. So me and death got a different type of relationship. I'm not afraid to die. I'm actually looking forward to it. I experienced so much mental turmoil, always overanalyzing things and perceiving things that ain't none of my business. I cannot help it. And that's why I stayed away from being outside. And I had to realize it wasn't the being outside that bothered me. It was the being in confined spaces with people who weren't really people, who were entities inside of meat suits that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, you know? So, and not everything is a demon. Sometimes it's just a thing, an unidentified thing that is masquerading as a human. And when you perceive things that you don't completely understand, it can be overwhelming. But I just feel so grateful to be where I'm at. And I used to think that other people were judging my life and thinking it wasn't good enough. And maybe some people are, and I don't care. I don't care because the little bit that I have, which is a whole lot to me, because having people that love me makes me rich. I read that if no one loves you, you don't exist. And I'm starting to believe that. I believed it for a little while. I didn't at first. It took me about 3 years of pondering that to determine whether I thought it was true. 3 years. See, this is my brain. Overthinking, overanalyzing, just continuously, everything. But then again, it's like, isn't that the way your brain is supposed to work? I don't know how other people's brains work. Does yours shut off? Because I know my son introduced me to the fact that some people don't have internal dialogue. What? And he also told me that some people don't listen to music. What? That blew my mind. And then it made me realize that there are so many different realities. People really do live in different realities. Like, there are people who don't read. I'm sorry, but someone who doesn't read does not live in the same reality as, like, a scholar. Y'all are living on 2 different levels. The things that a scholar would worry about or think about are not the things that someone who is completely illiterate would worry or think about. And it just made me realize that everybody's living in their own reality. And then it dawned on me that it doesn't matter what you do, because there's always going to be someone who is like oppositional to your nature. My son told me today that I guilt myself for my nature. And I was like, okay, I see where you're coming from with that. But my rebuttal to that statement is it's people that have made me feel that way. I never thought that I was loud or had a problem with my volume until literally everyone I've ever known has told me I was too loud. I don't think that we see our defects as defects until other people frame it as that for us. So that's when we become uncomfortable with our nature. I was quite comfortable with my nature when I was alone and people were left me alone and minded their business and wouldn't tell me everything that was wrong with me and pointed stuff out like, oh, you're short. Like, what? I didn't think I was short. I still don't think I'm short. 4'11", 5 feet, whatever, depending on the day. Even if I was 5'1", how is that short? Short as far as what? I've never walked up to somebody and was like, oh, you're tall, or oh, it's just rude. I don't understand people. They just walk up to you, complete strangers, and just say things like that. It's just the oddest, most immature thing. People are just walking around bigger versions of their toddler selves. So that's why I cannot trip off others anymore. I'm learning in my elder years to not take things personally because people are the fools sometimes. I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm grateful, and I just constantly remind myself to pray and just give thanks. When I pray, I'm usually giving thanks and strengthening a circle of protection around everyone I love and everyone that supports me, everyone that means me well, and everyone else that isn't for me, and those that I love, may they get their blessings elsewhere. Shout out to Brittany. I've been working very diligently on this store. And then once we drop on March 20th, that's when I'll move on to finishing the book. Even though really right now I want to build my studio and work on music. But I'm going to pray about it and see what direction I should go in, because that's what I've been doing. I don't want to say that I'm winging it, but I'm winging it. No, but it's like, as much as I do plan, nothing really goes to plan. Some of it's been going to plan, but it's not my plan. I pray about everything. That's how I get direction. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where I was going. I would think I would know what I wanted. But then it's like, when I get what I want, it's not fulfilling. I just get afraid of how I'm going to sustain it, and if someone's going to come and try to take it from me. So I think it's better to just enjoy the journey, because sometimes the destination is anticlimactic. So I hope it's not like that when we travel, because sometimes we have this idealized vision for things that are just not as great in real life. Like seeing Paris in movies, but then going there and seeing that there's graffiti on the wall, that there's like homeless people or trash. You didn't see those in the romance movies. I don't know. Life is strange. Nothing is what it seems, and anything is possible. I'm just happy to be here. All glory to the Most High. I just got to stay God-centered and stay focused on my own business and not worry about anybody else, because nobody knows what they're doing, and everybody is masquerading as something that they're not. A lot of people are fake, a lot of people are scared, and a lot of people are not as smart as they think they are. You know, I'm one of them people. I had to learn that, girl, you don't know anything. I really don't. I'm just trying to figure stuff out, pretty much. Thank you so much for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you're interested in more videos about mental health, single parenting, or spirituality, check out my playlist. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. Oh, by the time you see this, it should be March 26th. So my store will have already dropped. So check out my Etsy store, Project Fury, at projectfury.etsy.com. And yeah, I love you, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace. Subscribe if you like, hit the like if you like me.